here I am again with the jewellery. So these are all nice and cleaned up now, and they're ready, nice and sparkly. And remember what I said about putting the plastic backs on. So we've got the plastic backs there. I prefer plastic backs. They're nice and tight, and they don't come off. That's my plastic back, and that one, the plastic back. So that's just a little update on those. They're nice and shiny. I don't know if you can see them shine. I don't know what they're like on the camera. I hope they're shiny on the camera. Be nice for you to see it. But there you go. Right, I've got to mix up some resin and colours and put the ashes in the ring. So bear with me. Right, hopefully you can see this. This is the epoxy resin, and I've just mixed it up. And I've only added a tiny little drop of blue in there, you know, because that's the colour that it's going to be, of course. There you go. So make sure that that's this is pearl blue, and that's a lovely blue. So, and here we go. I've got the ashes. So and you've got to be careful, guys, not to mix too much colour in that resin, because it won't dry. Trust me on that, it won't dry. I've added just a tiny bit on that, really I have. Now I've got to try and get, I'm only going to put a little few, there we go, there goes the ashes. Right, I'm just going to mix those up. Right, that's a few little bits, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some ashes in the ring over there as well. So that's the ashes mixed up in there, and then I've got to get that in there. So I'll be back in a minute. And so there it goes. You can see the ashes in there, if you can see that. And then what I do, just pop them in there like that. Okay, so that's the first one, and then we take it off like that. This is quite easy to get off around the sides and everything, but it's just evening it out at the top. Yeah. And there we go. I've just mixed up A and B of the resin, just mixing it up like that. And then we've got the red. This is a pearl red, a lovely red. And now some colours show more than the other. Now that's one drop. One drop. That is one. Let me just mix it up. Yeah, and that's enough. That's enough for that. Look, one little drop. That's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful colour. Beautiful. And because there's quite a big bit of ash in there, what I want to focus on for this one is getting the smaller pieces of ash, which I have put in there as well. It's all good stuff, she says. It's all good stuff. I hope you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. So here's the ashes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open them out. And I want to take the grain, not such big pieces. I want to take the grain of it there. we go. And that's mixed in there. So we'll mix that in. And it actually makes the red go darker. It will make the red go darker. So you can see that really mixed in there. Beautiful. With the ashes in it. All mixed in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the little bit. And I always wipe the plastic off because you don't want it contaminated. And then we're scoop it in there. Well, that's not going very good, is it? It's alright guys, you can wipe it off. Just have to literally get it in those pots. And what I've done with those pots is on the inside I've scored around the inside so that this resin will stick to it and it'll be harder for it to just fall out. So that's the red gone in, and that's a nice pearl red, and you can actually see that glimmering with the ashes, to be honest. And then you just wipe off the little bits. As long as people know that some of the ashes are going to go, they are going to go because they're stuck in the resin. You know, for when they have jewellery made, then that's all fine. You don't lose a lot of it, but there will obviously be some left over here, and you have to come to terms with that. You know, but I can always let that dry, peel it off, and send it back. But the thing is, you cannot get, you know, it's spot on, do you know what I mean, unless I mix it up in the pots. But they're too small, they're too small. So yeah, so there you go. And what happens after it dries is I will clean all the resin up and give it a little polish, give it a little ultrasonic, not much of an ultrasonic, and then it will all be ready. So blue and red, that's what the lady wanted, blue and red, and this is pearl blue and pearl red. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed that anyway. So I'll show you it when it's finished. Bye bye. Oh, sorry, make sure that you press the like. I need 50 followers to start going live, guys. So if you want to join me lives, make sure you subscribe, like the videos, comment. If you need to know anything, just give me a comment, and I'll answer you back. Okay.